for it on Dust 2. m0NESY with some lights out moments, and it's good to see that that's kept up into the pistol round. A clean tap to open onto XANTARES. Top sight is already gone. Eternal Fire, before they could even realize it, this pistol round was over. It's a 2v5, graces your screen. It's woxic and Major worlds apart with no route back into this. So G2 back to their winning ways, start strong to open up this deciding map.
Yeah, and I think when you talk about firepower, even though you would expect Heavy God in that conversation, I think Hunter's actually had an extremely reliable series. He has been... Just, oh my god, he got wallbanged down to 15 and he never fired off. He waited for the kill to appear. woxic will end his life swiftly after, but the gall to not pull the trigger on that shot for m0NESY pays off. Going to go for this main split now. Malb's in a great position, eyes on the door. We need this Malb swing right now. There's no one backside though, they're out of position.
woxic might have to do something wild on the vents here. Major has lent a helping hand, but they don't know where Malbs has gotten to. They never saw him make it in through main as Heavy God now moves in to join up with him. Top side still secured by G2. Malb's watching for the rotate up through the vents. Suddenly you're looking at this lobby load for Eternal Fire. That's where the ground has got to be gained. As they make their way in through the heart, Heavy God meets them there. jottAAA will secure it. It's all eyes on Malb's MD. woxic dead is the first man in. Ball's now rolling for Malbs. And the element of surprise for the first one. jottAAA, eyes on, locks him out of the clutch. And so Eternal Fire, they don't let those 6-0, 7-0 leads come through. Yes, they hit that, Malbs.
Oh dear.
Oh god, woxic really hurt on the back of the Molotov, and now they start to pressure ramp in the meantime. jottAAA needs to get out of there, doesn't want to fall and give up this control. woxic still living on a knife's edge out in the yard. What? How on earth is he the one to win this? woxic is giving Eternal Fire a fighting chance. Now it's left to this ramp hit. G2 got this space earlier on. They haven't made contact with jottAAA yet. But that's all about to change.
He's got to nail the first here. If they find this entry, they get a free plant. There's no one even nearby. Inbound for this B side. 5v3 now. jottAAA nails his shot and even buys a few more seconds here. This allows rotations. They might not be needed. jottAAA gets a nice try on this B site. And G2 fear that there are enemies at the gate, that the CTs are behind the door. They'll have to stick inside of the smoke. The spam escaped by Hunter. They evade to post-plant positions, and G2, maybe there's a chance.
I mean, these rounds have had a nasty tendency to get close for Eternal Fire. XANTARES going to help this out massively as he deals with Hunter. It's just m0NESY out, and so he's taken lobby control on a perfect timing here to allow a two-man rotate into lower for Eternal Fire. XANTARES even trying to creep forward.
Okay.
But not too far that he strays from the safety of his teammates in at ramp. Smoke down, that's going to allow the bomb to make its way in. XANTARES tries to close the gap. He wants to stop this bomb plant. That's wishful thinking as XANTARES falls. The goal was to stop the plant. Now it's just to hold on to this round. Wicadia restores normality. They don't know where Snax is. But with kits on all three players, Eternal Fire should have this one in the bag. Just don't overthink it. They hop on that defuse, and Snax is too far away to play in.
Hey, at least he saves that flashback.
Big 3 rounds straight for Eternal Fire, no small feat.
Oh my.
Oh, but big shoes to fill out in the yard. woxic not here. XANTARES has to try and plug these gaps, and he can't. Run through by Hunter. Reposition out in the heavens. Major does his best to contain. There's still Hunter, and jottAAA will shut him down. It is an all-in battle for this yard control. But jottAAA shifting through positions, shifting through the ranks of G2, leaves this just on m0NESY and Snax.
Just?
First shot lands for m0NESY. You've seen him come close. Can this be m0NESY's moment? Snax here alongside him, plays in through main, and m0NESY sniped out through the gap. It's gonna have to be Snax with the team on his back here. Bomb there as well. Snax trying to play into the lobby. Goes hunting and will find jottAAA in the back lines. woxic angle now primed in the right place to find Snax as he rounds this corner. Wicadia is a very safe... They hear the reload. That's going to be their cue to go. trying to get past Wicadia, but the smoke blowing open. The bomb just makes it down. Wicadia's giving chase. He's now in behind them. Heavy God turns on a dime to deal with him. A dime a dozen players, they make it in towards lower. jottAA here to try and stop this plant. There's still skirmishes out on upper, but jottAA is the man in the spotlight right now. Bomb still planted. Heavy God left up in the clutch, and he will find the first. This is far from over yet. The wrap in through secret was meant to seal the deal. XANTARES sniped out as Heavy God gets us believing. 3 kills deep on his way to the ace clutch.
3, 2,
swinging now. Damage done. Knife pulled, but seconds too late for Heavy God as he gets
G2 at least split the half. They want one more with the broken buy.
I mean, m0NESY pulled a little smirk at the end of that 1v2. He knows that that was all that was needed for G2 to move into this second half with a nice, healthy lead. Looking again for a 7-5 half out of the G2 squad. And m0NESY's done the legwork to get them there. It's the AWP for Eternal Fire. 1 M4 entrusted onto Wicadia. And next to no util to put a stop to this top execute out of G2.
Explosive finish, but they're up against pistols, and the 5-7 comes falling in. Blink of an eye. Eternal Fire erupt with 3 on this top site, and G2's half. It didn't start bad, but it may end in a sour note. 2v5. Hunter on his last legs, and m0NESY catching his breath as he knows this one's all on him.
Only just calms down after the last 1v2, and now they're asking him to do it again. Let's see if the hot hand principle is a real thing. m0NESY out the door, reads this well, but they line up. XANTARES, the star from every other series Eternal Fire have played. Looking to get across out in the yard. That's where Malb spots them, and he's got a lot of support here, but falling early on. It's going to come down to Snacks with a clean tap. Dead after the first. Outside control taken for Eternal Fire. This is what they wanted. Now, where do they want to end up?
Heaven's a great path into this A site, but they've got the bomb down secret, so Wicadia is just going to fake this to keep players in position. Oh, Heavy got knife out. That's awkward timing. Pressure put on from Wicadia as he drops back down. They're 4-on-2 on the B bomb site. I think the penny's dropping for G2, but vent control is about to be taken. There is no safe route into B anymore. And Wicadia doubles back after dropping out of heaven.
Oh, they're coming up.
Oh, no.
Oh, God, this could still get weird. They realize now m0NESY's that last point of resistance, but it's indecisive. One man makes it down the vent. m0NESY's going to give chase. They stopped for a moment.
Oh,
m0NESY!
G2 find the force. And woxic finds the first. From the eye test, it looks like, I mean, this is a half, not in this round, but once we hit guns, where XANTARES is going to be pivotal in this position, as he's often at the forefront of these outside control rounds, and then is the one guy cutting off vent rotate, so Eternal Fire can do exactly this. They love a 4-1 ramp secret play. Gets his kill in this round on the flank, but there's little resistance in terms of weaponry. So Eternal Fire, good for 7.
Does this get weird? No, okay. Well handled, well contained. They just keep battling forward, pressing that.
DQ. 3-round advantage going into the full buy. And this is not an overcommit, because if jottAA gets out and sees a stack, they don't have to go, but an entry will drag them forward into A. And easily done. Well, don't count out a Malb's Deeg. The XANTARES will. Ramp player, I guess, they say, as they find him. Oh my God, what a shot.
Certainly not a bad way to start, and this time there's no support from that m0NESY AWP. Instead, it's the double lower. Hunter and Malb's set up here. Now focuses his attention back towards this lower site and is going to tap jottAA cleanly from the round. XANTARES, he snuck by. This could finally be that XANTARES moment you've been waiting for. That double kill looking to be enough to keep the lead for Eternal Fire. It's only Hunter between them and that goal. Wants to try his hand at it, but woxic in too strong a position. Second series that Eternal Fire played versus Falcons, where XANTARES was demolishing NUKE in these exact fights. The Hunter might be ripe for revenge. He sees them crossing, gets the info, makes it in. XANTARES gonna be the one to open. Heavy God and m0NESY already on the scene, already on location, and that will make things more exciting. Quick kill through the smoke. Bomb now away from Eternal Fire. They changed their mind about the lower commit. Maja's got some space.
No one's here.
Over on the top site, and G2 have left it entirely empty. Rotate through the vent. Eternal Fire gonna make their way up. They leave one man down here at lower.
So stuck.
jottAA, it's about how many can he take to the grave with him. How much damage can one man do? jottAA waits till late in the round, swings out now and catches m0NESY. That means he can play into this a little bit later. Gonna have to fly up the vent, and to do that, you've got to get past Malbs back in the lobby. Backstab is in. Maja gonna find him. Malbs back turned, knocked out of play. Bomb being stuck. Snacks, it's not plotted for them. He's sticking this. 2 seconds as Maja hunts him down. Eternal Fire. Keep
ready to go. Hunter in the hut, got the main smoke, and they're just going to go. They're not going to give much of a warning, much of a heads up to G2. They're just going to throttle into this site. XANTARES another double entry, late game activation up the vent for m0NESY. Denies the bomb, but can't stop Eternal Fire. They will walk the walk, they will talk the talk, and they will lock in grand final point unless Heavy God has a point to prove.
Free smoke in his face.
It's got to be a save.
That's going to seal his fate. It's looking like he will. Maja unable to locate this last man. Heavy God, hang on a second. Maja right here. For Heavy God, narrowly missed.
Desperate final attempt. Heavy God gives Malbs a gun. He knows the impact the Guatemalan can have. Outside aggress, and he might lose it entirely.
Oh no, this is not the place you want that M4 to go missing. There is no retrieving that for G2. The gun they worked hard to hold on to at the end of that last round is the first thing to fall in an irritating lobby, keeping 4 players for G2, wasting time on the top site while Eternal Fire get this bomb down on B.
An incredible run through Blast Bounty for Eternal Fire. From the online stage into land play, they take out Falcons, they take out Vitality, and now they are just seconds from eliminating G2 in a semi-final. This is an Eternal Fire who want to go for gold.
Strong post-plant set up here as well. They want this to just be a formality, the final 4 kills that usher them in to that grand final. Eternal Fire move on. They take the bounty from the head of G2. They send Hunter and co packing, just as they did to NUKE days prior, and move in to a grand final.